SHOT Show 2024, I'm True with Guns America. I am with Keo right now in the Leapers booth, and he has a very interesting AR upper and lower. And if you're thinking that Leapers is airsoft or paintball, that is not the same Leapers. I mean, it sort of is, but you guys are absolutely making some fantastic scope rings, other AR and gun parts, and they're American made.
Correct.
So what he's got in his hands right here is their new upper and lower receiver that is fully ambi. This thing is actually has some pretty impressive stuff on it. So do you want to run us through this real quick?
Yeah, so this is the UTG Pro True Ambi lower with its matching upper. Like he mentioned before, this is a true ambi, meaning what you find on the right hand side is going to be mirrored on the left, minus obviously the forward assist and the injection. So as far as the bolt catch and bolt release on the right hand side, you can use your trigger finger to hit the paddle to lock the bolt back. You can also use the trigger finger to send the bolt home. On this side, you're also going to see some of the ergonomics. We have a shortened magwell height. What that's going to do for you is you're going to get full magazine compatibility with steel or polymer, beta mags, high capacity mags, etc. If you looked at the bottom, the flaring on the magwell is pretty generous.
Yep,
it flows into the trigger guard, which the trigger guard is oversized for gloved use, whether it's for winter, whether it's for shooting gloves, etc. Also right here, you're gonna see 3 different indexing points that are also gonna be on the left-hand side of the receiver. For larger hands, you have this trigger finger spot right here that rests on the outside flaring of the magwell, and then it has this scoop right here to get you under the trigger pretty quickly. For medium-sized hands, built into the magazine fencing, you have a shelf right here. For smaller hands, you have an index cut right here on the trigger guard.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Pretty unique.
Yep, on this side, you have a 90-degree deflector, so if you were to shoot it left-handed, it's gonna go over, not over to your shoulder ideally. And then the lightning cuts, we reduced the weight of the receiver sets in general, which is why you're seeing some pretty aggressive geometry here. We moved material where we could without sacrificing any integrity. If you're running ambi safeties, they're gonna work with pretty much any ones that are out there. Moving to the other side, you'll notice that this is also a paddle like we're all used to from a forged lower. So the reason behind that is we want to make sure that the battery of arms, whether you're left, right-handed, or just switching, is the same on both sides. We are used to this being a paddle style, so we made it a paddle style on the other side as well.
That's actually really cool.
And then on the paddle itself, it is rear justified, and what that's going to do for you is, like I showed you before, right-handed. If you're left-handed, you can still use your trigger finger to lock the bolt back. You can still use the trigger finger to send it home. Magazine release is right here. So everything, again, is mirrored. That's the whole idea. The upper has 1 additional slot. What that's going to do for you is going to give you a little bit more real estate for optics that are eye relief sensitive. People with astigmatism don't like dot sights, so they're using prismatics 1.5s, maybe a Trijicon 1.5 or a primary arms 1.5, etc. That gives you just a little bit more room to find that sweet spot in addition to your length of pull. So you can move your optic just a bit further back.
So that extra pick slot is up here in the front.
Correct. You can also use, it also helps when running a magnifier as well.
Does it cause any issues with handguard compatibility?
No, so I'm actually glad you brought that up. If you notice, there's some cut geometry right here on both sides. That pretty much is going to allow you to mount any type of free flow hanger that's already out there.
Okay.
On the inside, real quick, since I have you right here, for ease of installation purposes, when people are building up, the buffer detent pin is actually captured in the rear.
Oh, nice.
So it's not going to come flying out at you. You're not going to lose it on the floor. Behind the receiver end plate, if you were to take off the entire stock assembly, the rear takedown pin, the spring and the detent is also captured by itself, so no longer is it being held in by your receiver end plate.
Oh, nice. Look at that. You got one there too. Okay.
And then there is a tensioning adjustment screw for the receivers for the upper and the lower.
There, bring that back in here. So how ingenious is this?
So you can obviously see how it's working,
That's
right?
freaking awesome.
It's moving the hold open device on the center by pivoting both on the outside.
Yeah, that's genius, man. That's really good.
And with it open right here, you can see that on the left and the right hand side, they're very close to each other as far as the proximity. And that's going to help you with your muscle memory that you have already learned. Okay,
this is a really, I'm honestly surprised. I would absolutely 100% run this thing. American made, made in Michigan. The UTG Pro.
Correct.
Now, when's it going to be available?
These are available right now.
Okay, and what's the price?
For the matching receiver set, MSRP is around $457. You can also buy these separately.
Okay, so premium, machined, well-designed, fantastic features. Where can people go to learn more?
You can learn more at leapers.com.
Okay, go check them out. Make sure you subscribe so you see our SHOT Show content.